Point of View is brought to you in association with Stanbic Bank, moving forward.
Hello, this is The Point of View. We're on City TV on Mondays and Wednesdays with repeats on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we try and get you the right issues every time. We bring the relevant guests, ask them good questions, and you always leave better off. It's a live and interactive show with the chance for you to comment on WhatsApp. There's a number on the screen you can contribute to the show. Our hashtag is The Point of View, and we're also live on Facebook. So today we'll be talking about a big issue. So the 18th of May was supposed to be the night of the crowning glory. 20 years of Ghana Music Awards. The VGMA was trending 3 days before the event started because this was the who is who of Ghanaian music. 3 ministers of state, many diplomats, lots of international stars had come in. And Ghana was featuring on over 53 channels globally. Show started well, was running quite smoothly until about 1 a.m. when hell broke loose. Tonight, we'll try and deconstruct what happened that night and also speak to 3 insiders who understand this issue better than most people. You will enjoy the program, trust me. So start sending your comments. When I come back, I'll tell you who my guests are and how you will understand this big story. Stay with us. So the Generation Z are not trustful of institutions. They don't even trust brands. They don't trust governments too much. They don't even trust media, but they trust influencers. And Ghana has 2 of the biggest. One is from Ashaiman. His name is Eche Satekla Livingston. Many people know him as Stonebwoy. He won many awards, and this year he won for the 5th time the Dancehall Artist of the Year. Well, the other big name, the other big influencer is the president of the SM movement. And he's known as Charles Niama Mensah. A lot of people call him Shatta Wale. He's the king of the Shatta movement. He also won 2 awards, and some thought he was going to even win the ultimate award. Until when the announcement was made about who was winning that coveted category of the Dancehall Artist of the Year. So to help me understand what happened that night, and what we should make of this rivalry and where it's headed, and how we can project Ghanaian entertainment to influence positively. I have 3 people. To my far left is a great friend of mine, Ruddy Kwakye. For many years, a TV and radio man. These days, he's an entertainment curator. Entertainment curator. Ruddy, you're a big man. Your pink pocket square, they kill me. Nice. And I like your white beard too.
Thank you.
Really good to have you. My very good friend, Quaye, we used to call him Abuaje. He's done a lot of things in his life. These days, he's the head of communications at Charter House, the organization that put together that impressive event until it was almost mad. George, great to have you again.
Thank you, my brother.
I hope you're not in black because of the event.
Oh, no. When you attend the greatest school in Ghana, Quaye, you need to represent every.
Okay.
When you're coming to sit among people like this, you must be inspired.
Okay, I like that. We'll deal with that issue later over a Scrabble board. And I also have in studio a man with a very nice name. I was asking why he's called Bulldog, because his real name is actually very nice. So Lawrence Asiamah-Hanson, such a great name. And he's known as Bulldog.
Yes, boss.
Great to see you, boss.
Thank you, boss.
So he's an artist manager, and for many months he was the artist and repertoire manager for Xylophone Music, which incidentally signed on these 2 big musicians who we are told have been granted bail. So what I'm going to do is to give you a quick snapshot of what happened. Let me start with the latest. Hanson Ajiman was at the police headquarters and filed a report on the latest with the arrest, because as of yesterday, we knew the 2 had been arrested for the altercation that took place. He had a report that summarized the charges and where they are as we speak.
It was all joy for the fans of the 2 controversial musicians after the dancehall artists were released from police custody. The fans had been around the premises for several hours of the Accra Regional Police Command since the arrest. They were picked up for their direct involvement in the disturbances that occurred during the 20th edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards on Saturday. According to reports, the fight erupted after Stonebwoy was declared winner of the Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year. In several videos that have gone viral, Shatta Wale is seen approaching the stage, reportedly to join Stonebwoy and congratulate him. This led to a clash between the camps of the two rivals. The talking point of the commotion was when Stonebwoy was captured holding a gun on stage and was being calmed by members of his team. Team members as well as legal representatives of the two were at the Accra Regional Police Headquarters to request bail for them. After a careful study of their pleas, the police granted their request. City News sources within the police command say after the interrogation, the police charged Shatta Wale with offensive conduct conducive to the breach of peace, while Stonebwoy was charged with the use of offensive weapon, display of firearm in public, and threat of harm. In a press release by the Accra Regional Police Command, the two, together with another suspect who was seen discharging pepper spray in the auditorium, are to be put before court in due time. After about some 24 hours of being detained by the Accra Regional Police Command, the two musicians have been granted bail. The police is also assuring the general public of its commitment to bring a finality to this matter. Reporting for City News, Hanson Ajeman.
So that was Hanson Ajeman's report. And if you watch the report carefully, you would have seen Bulldog within the precincts of the police headquarters. I'm going to start with him. Thank you for joining the show again. So you were at the police station mostly yesterday and today?
Yes.
What were you doing there?
Good evening and welcome to. Thank you for having me.
No, you can host the show too.
Thank you. You know, and I admire you. I need to say that. I don't miss your show.
Thank you, Bulldog.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
So Shatta is more like a junior brother.
Okay.
To me, you know, and I have a working relationship with him as well. I mean, xylophone music is still running. It's just that we have our own issues now, but we're still running. And when the issue came up, we realized that they had called both artists there.
Okay.
But I think Shatta's team called me.
Okay.
You know, and I spoke to Shatta to confirm and said yes, he was on his way there.
Okay.
I think that was yesterday around 3-4 p.m. So I went there around 6 and stayed there till early hours of this morning, 2 a.m.
You were there the whole time?
Yes, the whole time.
What were you doing there?
To support, show solidarity, know exactly what the issues were, because you know, before, or maybe if somebody gets arrested, they need to press charges. So we needed to know exactly what the issues were.
What the charges were.
Yeah, but as at yesterday, and even today, I'm still not clear on what charges they want to prefer on him. You know, but what they did was they made him write a statement. So we're there the whole time, and we were told who need to be detained. You know, so
he slept.
Yes, in the cells. Yes.
This is the police headquarters?
No, initially they wanted to take us to, actually they took us to Tesano police station.
Okay.
But then when we got there, I think the crowd there, the inmates there were, were overwhelmed. You know, they were all over the place.
Wow.
Wale. So we had to move from there and come to the ministry's police station. We got there, was the same feeling, but then they calmed them down. We put them in there, you know, until this morning when they came for him at, I think, around 8:30.
So he slept in a cell?
Yes, he did, yeah.
Did you see the cell he slept in?
Yes, I saw it.
Were there other people in the cell?
Yeah, there were other people.
How many people?
You know, you are allowed a limited step towards the main, you know, but there were quite a number in there.
Was this counterback?
No counterback, no.
Proper cell?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So was he allowed to change clothes?
Yes, usually when you go, I think the rule is, you know, because I have experience, when you're going there, they allow you to take off your stuff because in there is hot, you know, so you don't want to take it off and maybe try and cool off, wash down and everything, you know. But I think he went in there with his shirt, I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
and he slept there from yesterday, what time?
From, I think we got there around 9 in the evening. So we sent for food for him because he was a little bit hungry. So we got him some food, you know. So by 10, he wasn't there. Yeah, I stayed till 2 a.m. because A+ came by to try and also show solidarity. But when I got back into the space, I was told he was sleeping. So we just had to.
But So what are you his manager now? Because we know you were his manager before. There was a falling out.
Yeah.
And then you became the artist and repertoire manager for Xylophone, which has both Shatta and Bulldog and Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
So, but you are talking about Shatta. He's the one you went there for.
Yes.
So what's going on? You're no longer working for Xylophone?
No, I am. I mean, Stonebwoy is not on the label anymore. He's
off?
Yes. His contract is expired.
I thought it expired at the end of this month.
No, it's expired.
But is Shatta still on the label?
No, not.
So you are there for Shatta?
Yes, because he's beyond work. Both artists are not on the label.
Okay.
But the one who gave me a call is the one I went there for.
I responded.
Exactly. So, I mean, if Stonebwoy had called me, yes, I would have gone.
So you work for Shatta now?
I don't work for Shatta. He's my brother, his family.
Okay, it's not official work.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So just to clarify, so, okay, why hasn't the Shatta team, and I thought I'm getting ahead of myself, sort of sent out a statement explaining his side? Because Stonebwoy, and we'll go back to what happened, but we have a statement from Stonebwoy apologizing for what happened, but we don't seem to have heard officially.
I think I will not be in an official position to comment on that.
Okay.
But I'm sure whatever the situation is, you should expect something like that in the next coming days. You know? But I am not in an official capacity to say why they have not
responded or not.
Exactly.
Okay, let me read, and if my guys can put up, the police have sent out a statement dated 20th May, and police grants bail to dancehall artists. The Accra Regional Police Command has granted bail to the two dancehall artists, namely Livingston Eche Satekla at Stonebwoy and Charles Asiamah-Hanson at Shatta Wale, whose conduct marked the just ended Vodafone Ghana Music Awards VGMA night. Preliminary investigations, however, revealed that the disturbance occurred after Livingston Eche Satekla, Stonebwoy, was declared winner of the Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year and had mounted the stage to receive his award. Charles Asiamah-Hanson at Shatta Wale also moved on stage uninvited. That's a key word. Provoking a scuffle between them and their patrons. The two, together with one other suspect, Ni Amu, who I'm sure you know, who was seen discharging pepper spray in the auditorium, were all arrested yesterday, 19 May 2019, placed in lawful custody, and then granted bail to be arraigned before court in due time. Meanwhile, event organizers are also cooperating with the police in this investigation. The police, in no uncertain terms, condemns the disturbance and assures the public and fans that it will handle the case with the needed attention it deserves. Okay, a couple of things here. Signed Ifuatenge, there it is. Ifuatenge is the head of public affairs. After the night, both men went home peacefully, presumably even escorted by police. So what changed between that night and yesterday when they were invited and arrested?
I don't know if an official report was made by the organizers.
Okay.
You know, but I'm sure because of the nature of the event and the fact that there were some dignitaries around, you know, and the humongous publicity that it got, you know, some of these things will raise eyebrows. So, and even, I'm sure it's the gun factor, you know, so obviously the police needed to take action. I don't think anybody needed to go and do a formal report for them to be invited. And these are huge individuals we're talking about. These are two huge icons. So, yeah, clearly, I think the police did the right thing.
All right. Let me now come to what happened on Saturday, probably Sunday dawn, around 1 a.m. So I'm going to play for you the scuffle briefly, and I'm going to ask George Quaye to walk me through what happened, because up until now, patrons were watching, and there was a lot of Twitter commentary. The thing was trending wickedly. So, I mean, I was not in the country, and I got back Saturday night, and my Twitter was already VGMA. So we knew that it was trending. And it looked like it was a great show up until then. So I just want to show, it's quite an inaudible video, because there were different people who took the footage. You don't have official footage yet. So please show the footage of what happened, and then George would walk me through the event. So just around what time of the night did this occur?
That's going to be hard to tell. Rudy will tell you, when you're running an event of that nature, time is the least thing you put on your mind. What you know is that every artist has a time slot, and you know that you don't want to go beyond a certain time. This event had already started late, way about an hour later than advertised. So we were focused on getting things done as quickly as possible. But I think it was a little bit after midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at which point, what's happening here?
This is when Shatta and his team got on the stage, and Stonebwoy's team tried to subdue them, and it led to the scuffle. It led to exchange of blows.
But where were you at this time?
I was backstage. At this time, I was trying to push security onto the stage. Somewhere around here, I got onto the stage myself.
So did you see? So when Abiku Santana announced Stonebwoy, you were still on. Where were you?
I was backstage at the time. That's my role.
Oh, so you were backstage?
Yes, I'm part of the production team. So the entire production team is usually backstage. We have a screen backstage, and when Stonebwoy was announced, the DSTV crew picked a shot of Shatta, and I think he said something, "Let's go," or "what the," or something. You know, he could. So I even told my boss.
So you were watching him backstage?
Yeah. So I even told he's leaving. So but why is he
So
leaving?
there was a camera on?
Yeah, there was. Yes,
Shatta.
there were cameras on both of them,
Yeah.
both artists. You know, before the
And
award
prior
was
to that,
announced.
Shatta had been given 2.
He had won 2 already. He had won High Life Song of the Year and Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year. And coincidentally, he was unable to go upstage and pick up both. I hear he
Even
wasn't
though-
in the auditorium.
yeah,
at
he
the
wasn't
time.
there at the time.
He wasn't
Yeah,
there
he
at the
wasn't
time.
there,
He hadn't
yes.
arrived yet.
Yeah.
You know, so he couldn't pick both up. But Stonebwoy was there when Reggae Dancehall Song was announced. And he missed it because he had Top Skanka in there. You know.
And Reggae Dancehall Song went to.
It went to Shatta
Shatta for which
Wale,
song?
Gringo.
Okay.
Yeah, Gringo.
And then Shatta also won High Life Song.
Yes, he won High Life with My Level. A very
I
beautiful
know
High
my
Life song.
level.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know it was a High Life song, but that's a different discussion. Yes, that's a different issue. Because a High Life is.
Bulldog knows it's a High Life.
Is it High Life?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is.
okay.
You know,
Rudy knows it's a
music
high life.
is determined by the rhythm, not the lyrics.
Not the artist
When you say
positioning.
music, it is the instrumentation, nothing
see.
else. Yes.
I know my level.
Yes.
I know my.
Yeah.
All right. So
yes,
so 2 awards have been announced. Shatta wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then the dance hall.
Then
artist-
Reggae Dancehall Artist
of the
which
year.
which was in the second batch of awards presentations.
Yeah.
Was announced, and
My guy who was there, Kwame Dasi, said when that category was announced, Stonebwoy did this.
No, that was when he was announced as the winner.
Yes, that's it. When was
When it was
announced
announced
the
that when he said
what was the
that's
meaning
the
of this?
5th time he had won it.
So it was. This is the 5
two people
consecutive
that made,
time.
Yeah, 2 people that made records that evening were Stonebwoy and Ifya. Ifya won the best female vocalist for the 5th time.
Okay.
And
Female
Stonebwoy,
vocalist.
yeah, best female vocalist
For
for
the
the 5th
fifth
time. And then Stonebwoy won the Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year.
So
for
go
the
back to
5th
the
time.
footage. So they call this Stonebwoy comes on stage and does this.
Yeah, 5.
And then Shatta is shown by the DSTV cameras as rising.
Yeah.
Why did all the people follow him? Do you know
I mean, it's Shatta.
what's going on there? Does he walk with an
Okay.
entourage? What's going on?
He doesn't. You know, this is what I would say. If anybody took a notice, Sydney at a point was on stage, or one artist was on stage. At the time, a lot of people had not realized Shatta was in there. When Shatta was coming, he didn't go through the VIP.
So they didn't know he was there.
Yes, he came through the back and sat with the commoners. I won't say the commoners, but the 250.
His fans,
Yeah,
more or less.
yes. Now, when they realized Shatta was there, everybody turned, the whole auditorium turned and was looking at Shatta. He had to wake up and acknowledge. And there was somebody on stage.
So it was like taking attention of the guy on stage.
Good. So I'm just trying to prepare your mind to what transpired later. Because he realized anytime Shatta moves, people will follow.
But
Whether
the
they
people
know
who
him.
moved with him
Yeah.
are people he came with.
No, not necessarily. If I would, I think he came in with 5 or 6 people because when he was doing the entry, I saw him, and I know the people around him. I saw a lot more people, but these are not people he came with.
I want you to show me. So when he moves, what is he going to do on the stage? When they announce somebody's won Artist of the Year, why is he rising?
God. Okay, so there was this minister there.
The ministers that were there were Minister of Tourism,
Barbara
the Minister
Otinjesi.
of Communications, George
George
Anda,
Anda,
and then
Shelley Akobo,
Shelley
Foreign
Akobo,
Minister.
Foreign Affairs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The dad placed a call to Shatta and said the minister wanted to see you, and he had a seat there already, right? You have a seat for him in front.
Yes, there were
Good.
seats there.
So he was saying that when I got to know all this at the police station, he said, I just want to sit with my people. Said, look, this woman says she needs to see you. So now, that was before the announcement. So I think when the announcement came and they moved, like everybody was, Stonebwoy's team moved or woke up and was heading towards it. He felt that was the time to also move so that people.
Bulldog.
No, I'm coming. I'm look. Let me just.
Okay, explain that to Robert.
Let me just. Oh, please. I'm not doing PR.
Okay.
Let me just.
So he's explaining at the police station.
Yes, what I heard at the police station, because I was in the auditorium myself.
Yeah.
I was amazed that
he got up.
Yes, that he's on stage. You understand?
So he gets a call that he's supposed to go to acknowledge the minister and sit in front.
Yes, by the dad and acknowledge the minister.
But then he moves and all these guys are following him.
Yes. So in that space, or at that time, nobody will really pay attention to him because Stonebwoy is another huge icon and was also heading towards the stage.
He was already on the stage.
Good. You understand? So I think when they got there, and what I pick up again is that one of the guys with the team said, "Oh, as we did here, but your bro win the thing. Maybe we just, like we do for the foresight."
But look, they are going straight to the stage.
Yeah, I'm explaining.
Let Bulldog land.
I know you are. I'm just trying to understand something. Because if you look at the footage, there are different cameras. There was even one camera guy who was shouting, hey.
Yeah.
So
it was the guy who was taking. I'm sure the guy who was taking the footage.
Yeah, but it didn't look from the footage that he was going to the minister.
No. This is up on stage, right?
Yes. So I'm wondering what changed between them.
Good. So I'm saying when we got to the police station, from what I heard, they said one of the guys in the team said, "Oh, your boy win the team. We could just take up just you did the staging body."
But we all here say you win now.
No. So that is what they talk. You understand? I'm not here to.
Yeah. So you are saying that his people because you were not with them.
Speech. Yes.
Because you were not part of them in the team.
No, I'm not.
Where were you sitting at the time?
I was way back.
Okay. So the guys who were with him, one of them is telling you that.
Yes.
On their way to the minister.
No, it's not the guy who told me. I heard it at the police station.
From who?
From I think one of the team members. I asked, what exactly were they doing at the point? And that's
on their way to the minister.
Yes. Yes,
they made a detour.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So
if it wasn't that your name was Bulldog, I would have said this was a cock and bull story.
Like that. So
there's a bull in the dog.
You're asking me a question.
What they have told you.
Yes, that's all I'm sharing with you.
Cool.
I could decide to say, I don't really know. Yes, but I'm just trying to tell you.
But what do you make of the story? Sorry, sir.
Okay, so good. Like what you just said. Knowing Shatta, it's not a surprise to me because he's done it before. You understand? He's done it before. I don't want to hold brief for him. I can say he pulls surprises all the time, and he has said something like that to me. I think earlier in the week.
That he would
pull it
like a stunt.
No. Like he might surprise his boy. On the day.
On a positive note, or
this is what you should know. Shatta could actually have won an award and invite Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy could have equally done the same because they've done it. There's a footage. If your people can find it and share it with Foresight TV, it was the same thing. Shatta charged on stage, and that day, we all also felt many are no. But when they got on stage, nothing happened. They were all standing there. So I don't know what changed this time.
Because we are told that Shatta had said some things earlier. Because don't forget that Stonebwoy, after things were recovered, he in his speech, he sort of said that Shatta has something that built up. Statements had been made. And I'm sure you follow his, Rudy, I'm sure you know, if you go on some of the Facebook
timeline,
posts, there have been things which sort of,
when you want to, those are innuendos. I think Stonebwoy did some stuff. He also did some stuff and said, it's a classroom thing. Be your people go win, be weak. Those things happen all the time. When you go there now, it's happening.
So, Rudy, was this a stunt gone bad, or this was a bad decision by Shatta to get up and do what he did, which led to all of this?
I think I'll go with the former. I think it was probably a stunt not thought through. Because we need to also realize stunts are actually planned. That's the thing that we need to be able to take our minds to. What we see, it's like watching a movie. It's well choreographed fight. There's nobody punching anybody.
Like wrestling.
There's a stuntman doing all the action. So if something like that, the other party needs to kind of have a hint. Two managers could have actually sat down and say, this is what we need to do. And when it was happening, my first instinct was, it's a stunt. So it's going to be a very high point.
And the time he was on stage.
When the whole thing was happening, I thought there's been a big build up to VGMAs. The 20 years was supposed to. The fan army was out everyone was clamoring for votes. Everybody was pushing. I was at the Experience concert. I watched a few of them perform. The back-to-back, you should have seen Samini on that day. It's the same thing that happened. He got heckled, quote unquote, but the way he flipped it back, was beautiful. We went on everybody. So I thought this would be a great, we would achieve some great talkability at the end of the day. So for me, I thought it was a stunt.
But until when you said this is not a stunt.
When I saw that
blues,
that swing. So when the video plays
back, I want the blue.
Just Black Cities.
Yes, yeah. That was the
when I saw that, I thought, and the thing is this, it could have been.
So who is Black City? Is Black City?
It's
Black City is Stonebwoy's guy.
Yes.
Is it the guy? Is the one in the blue suit?
Yes. Is
preventing the guys from coming on the stage.
So the thing is, and all of this could have actually been part of the stunt until
not this.
It's emotions. What is show business? It's planned. When we all sat down for 3 hours, exactly.
Okay.
We all sat down and watched 3 hours of Avenger. Come on, it's a short one on the green screen. Every stunt was planned. Every tear was coordinated for. So it could have been, and would have been actually a huge high point.
Okay. We'll take a short break there. We are trying to unravel what happened on the VGMA. Massive publicity for the event, but it was marred by what a lot of people are considering or calling thuggery. When we come back, we'll take you to a very interesting video. So another friend of mine, who's Adam, he gave an interview on Hits FM on the 18th of November, where he actually predicted that this beef, quote unquote, could really degenerate. And this morning, I called him up and he has some interesting things to say. So I'm going to take you back there as well. I'm going to ask the organizers, because they also issued a statement condemning in no uncertain terms what has gone on, and find out from them what next. This is the point of view. Stay with us.
The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, CRIF, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there.
Travel the country in just 30 minutes on the U-Tour bus.
I'm just coming from the home or from the palace of the new Yana. This is our story being told. Today we are reaching you from Agotima.
Journeys to explore.
From the plains to the greens to the scenery to everything. There's so much we need to do, to boost tourism around this area. That guy was just getting up.
Learn and indulge in the culture and lifestyle of the people. U-Tour shows on City TV every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Welcome back to The Point of View. We're trying to unravel what happened at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards on the 18th of May. It was Saturday into Sunday. It was the 20th anniversary. Supposed to be the biggest, the crowning glory, live on television, 3 ministers, British High Commissioner on many channels across Africa. And it was marred by confusion when the artist of Best Dancehall Reggae Artist was announced. Shatta Wale moved with his entourage on stage. Stonebwoy pulled a gun. The rest is history. Both men have been arrested. They've been detained and were released a few hours before this program started on Monday evening. I have in studio Ruddy Kwakye, is an entertainment curator. George Quaye is the event organizer, really. And I also have Bulldog, a man who has been nicely named by his parents, Lawrence Asiamah-Hanson. But he says it's Bulldog. We won't argue with him. So, George, you were narrating for me. So you were backstage.
Yes.
The award is called, but you're watching from backstage.
Yes,
and then you notice something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
What did you do?
So, as I said initially, I thought Shatta was leaving the auditorium. So I even told my boss, he's leaving. And he said, who's leaving? I said, Shatta, I think he's leaving. So we all said, oh no, I don't think he'll leave. He has won 2 already, so why would he leave? You know, and this is just the second batch. There are more awards ahead of us, you know. So we're talking. Usually when something happens on stage, Ruddy will tell you, you the planner, leave what's happening, and look, cater for what's ahead. So we're thinking, okay, who's presenting the next award, who's performing next, and all that. All of a sudden we started hearing noise, shouts, everybody, pandemonium all over the place. No. I did not hear a gunshot. I don't know if anybody heard a gunshot. So I left and went up to the front and tried to stop people. What's going on? I saw Black City. He was furious. I saw people from Shatta's camp. They were furious and all that. So I tried to calm them down and all that. But at some point I said, okay, when this thing comes down, the show will run. So let me get backstage and do my job. I'm sure the security people will handle this. It is nothing too strange. So I left, went backstage. I was backstage when some of our colleagues and some guests were rushed backstage. They were actually
traumatized.
Not traumatized. They were collapsing, blacking out and all that. So, you know, the ambulance on site had to take some people. My vehicle was used to rush some people to the hospital. By the time I came back, I had to go give them my car key. Came back, the auditorium was half empty. I actually saw KOD running.
He said
so when you were backstage,
he fled.
How long did the fight take? Because you went off TV for about half an hour.
Yes, the event, the incidents threw the event into total disarray for almost 45 minutes.
How long did it take to clear them from the stage?
It went beyond them because half the people had left the auditorium out of fear or whatever it was. Technically, we had lost some equipment in all the pandemonium. I mean, shout to Master Mix Studios. They did a yeoman's job because some of their sound went off.
Because
totally.
Plugs have been pulled.
And all that, so it was a tough one. So we needed to recover very, 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 very quickly to be able to get the show on the road. And even the decision as to who should perform next, because even some of the artists who were performing, some of their band members, keyboardists and all those things had even...
What percentage of the show had you done before this occurred?
Oh, I think we're halfway through. Or less.
Like 35%.
Maybe about 35-40%.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, because it was just in the second batch of presentation.
We didn't see a lot of
this is it. When you start, you do the honors. You do Instrumentalist of the Year, Lifetime Achievement, you do Traditional Artists. Then you come to the second batch, which is the Reggae Song of the Year, Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year, High Life Song of the Year, Hip Life Song of the Year. Then when you come, you do the Gospel Song of the Year, the next song. Then you'd go into the artist categories. So we're just about entering the third batch when...
What kind of security did you have there? Because it took you about 40 minutes to settle things?
Yes, and that wasn't a security issue. That was what was left to work with. I've just mentioned that some of our equipment was a problem. There was total pandemonium backstage. There were people who were on the crew who had been rushed to the hospital. So
why were they rushed to the hospital? Were they beaten?
Well, some... probably out of fear. You know, people were running and all that. So I don't know. People claim there was some substance in the air, but again,
because the police statement said that Ni Amu was discharging pepper spray in the auditorium.
Yes, I think so. And I think because some people came backstage red-eyed and all that, they couldn't breathe, gasping for air. I don't know if that was...
How large is the new dome? This is your dome.
It's about 4,000 to 5,000 seats, depending on the kind of stage that you put in there.
And how many people do you have in the room that day? Do you know?
About 3,000.
How many police did you have? Do you know?
Oh, not just police. The security apparatus were made up of private security, various security installations, and that was the largest number of security we ever had.
Like how many?
Previous
20,
years
50, 100?
We had about 80, a little over 80. I think about 85 in total. And
but this was private security and police?
Yes, this was various, not just various. And even the private security wasn't just one security agency. And some were
so who was in charge of security?
Some were in suits like what Ruddy is wearing and all that.
But who was in charge?
Not that you're a
who was in charge of security?
Oh, we have somebody in-house who usually leads the security.
So it wasn't like an external police person?
No. And this is a person who has Bulldog knows who's in charge of security at Shatta House. You know.
Do you know Niamu?
No, he knows him.
I don't know
who is Niamu.
He's called Niama, so I'm sure Niamu there. So
I'm just wondering about the space. So how many exits does the building have?
The building, has, I think...
it's a tent, right?
Yes, it's a tent. It's a dome. Like the conference center, it has 2 exits, 2 entrances and 2 exits. The conference center main auditorium has about, say, then there's one specially for backstage as well, just like
There's
the conference center.
Emergency exit.
Then there's no emergency at the conference center as well, same as the National Theatre.
So people were rushing backstage and some... So there was a bit of pandemonium there.
Oh, there was a bit of pandemonium.
Oh, a lot of pandemonium.
There was a not even a little bit. It was a lot of pandemonium.
Yes.
You know, and...
What, did you run away? Were you still there?
I raised my hand. I wasn't there.
You fled.
I was watching on TV.
Rudy
okay.
didn't...
What happened?
I had done my part.
Oh, yes, I did.
I had done my part.
I did not.
You were just watching from afar.
Yes. And you know, this is what I'll say. Maybe we've not gotten to that part yet, but let me just chip in this before it gets out of my memory. You see, boss, entertainment security is the weakest we have in this country.
Wow.
Because it is a specialty. There's no company doing it. Because let me tell you one thing. If Shatta comes here now, if Stonebwoy comes here now, if Samini comes here now, and you have security here, it will break down. You know why? They are fans.
Yeah.
No, everything goes off.
So you feel the security we do for events generally.
It's wrong.
I would beg to differ.
Really?
So
okay.
Yeah, Rudy.
Let me put certain things into perspective. If you work with the Vodafone brand, there's most powerful office in that building called FRS, Fraud, Risk and Security.
Yeah.
You can never stage anything with the brand associated unless FRS signs off.
Yeah.
And FRS has been on record as actually overruling MDs before if they are uncomfortable.
And they were present at the...
FRS doesn't run your security. No, FRS doesn't run your security, but FRS is actually the body that oversees your plan. So for it to go, it needs to meet a certain minimum level of comfort before they do a sign-off. I know because I have had experiences in working with them for all events. I don't know whether they did it for this one, so let me put that into perspective. But it's one of the things where it's a checklist to work with a brand like Vodafone.
But his point is,
but I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
It is bad to say generally because I curate in the space. We have to prepare plans. We work with people. It's scenarios that you have to deal with. This thing did not. We were off TV for 45 minutes and I wasn't there, but putting it down or shutting it down, quelling it, didn't take 45 minutes. That is the presence of a certain intelligence of a plan.
But Rudy, some people think that if you look at the social media build-up,
yes,
somebody could have anticipated this.
That's the thing about it. You know, it should have all been factored into the plan. So as for that, and Bernard, there's never 100% out there. You would have to actually prepare for scenarios. I'm glad I'm hearing a few things. There was an ambulance. There were health people. I would put I've put doctors and nurses in at events. We've had a fire tender standby at events.
There was a fire tender.
And it's a checklist. If you don't have that, it's not like it's not even happening.
But was there a doctor at backstage? Or they were sent to the hospital?
No,
yes.
It's just a generalization of it doesn't happen. No, there are
somebody said somebody said it was too easy to go on stage.
It was not.
Just explain to me.
Let me
hold on. I want to explain. Just explain that.
I want to understand what they mean.
So look at it. This is a different view. Just look at it.
I want to understand.
So they just walked on stage.
No, they did not just walk on stage. Again, when you have security personnel at an event like
and this is credit you.
Let us understand clearly that they have a certain instruct. Now, do you want to appear at a place or arrive at a place like this, seeing people with muscles wielding AK?
No, I'm talking about.
You're missing the point. We're not missing the point.
You're missing the point. This is a mess.
Look at it well.
Let me just explain
something.
This is a mess.
There was a confrontation.
Let me just ask a question.
But that confrontation, the people are don't
take your time.
Let me explain something. I'm saying that I'm not saying that this event particularly had problems. He's saying that generally events in the country security is poor. And I was just suggesting that if you look at the ease with which, for example, don't forget that a lot of people. Look, I was at Harvest Praise, right? A lot of people in gospel music, they want to touch the musician. The musician comes, but there's a certain, there was a certain height to which you had to jump if you wanted to get on stage. But this was essentially just walk on stage. That's what I'm saying. That could that have been
again? If you allow me to speak, this is an award show. Walking on stage is a part of the show.
Okay,
it is pertinent.
So it's not a concert. It's not a full concert.
Hold on.
It's not a concert. It's not a concert.
Now, Was Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy not with us in Kumasi? Did they not perform? Do you see anything like this?
They performed at
Were
Experience?
they not, yes, they performed at Experience concert at the Independence Square. Did you see anything like this?
Was it?
So hold on. If it was
that is why.
So if it was a full concert, it would have been different.
That stage was 6 feet high.
Okay.
Of both stages.
So there was no way they would have gotten on stage. I get you. But because a lot of people from there.
This event requires people walking on stage. What Bulldog has done before with 5-5 and other artists to pick up an award.
So they come as a
what,
team.
You want me to build a tower so that they cannot climb?
That's not
now,
what we're saying.
if you're telling me that, the security were not quick enough to stop people from getting on the stage.
What do you think we're
and
saying?
then I will tell you again that there have been instances where the security have been quick enough to stop. This was not a normal situation. We all need to rise up as men and face it. That is what you're refusing to realize, my brother. This was not a normal situation.
I understand you. So listen, I am saying that you say you cross-check everything, and I'm saying that on the ground, I'm giving you matters on the ground. Listen, at the West Walk or whatever, did we anticipate that a parliamentarian would be hit? No, we did not. Wait, please. Let me dodge the bullet. You see, we're now.
Just go on.
I am saying that if you have security there, don't let me start talking about Shatta and his team.
Yeah.
Stonebwoy's manager endangered his own life by trying to prevent the team of Shatta from by climbing onto the stage. Exactly, getting up the stage. Now, my point is that that's not his job to start with.
Somebody should have been there to prevent them.
This is what I would have.
But please let me land. George, I think it's scary.
George, I think you're allowed to make the point.
Let me land. George,
I'll let you respond.
You see, it is so clear for us to be trying to make PR. If I was there with Shatta on stage and another team was coming on stage, the first thing I was going to do, was not going to walk towards the team. I was going to take Shatta from the stage.
So you move to your artist and take him
from the stage.
Not facing the people.
No, because that's not it's not my responsibility.
Okay,
as we speak now,
I get you.
If anybody had died, it would be on your head.
I get you.
Well,
no. Let me land.
As an artist manager, and
no, it is not my opinion. I'm an event organizer.
Hold on. Let's put this way. I'm coming. He's made a very interesting point.
It is a very interesting point.
People were coming on the stage, and the person who was supposed to protect his artist was not the one to prevent those from coming on the stage.
That I agree.
In another place, you would have had some other security person to intercept, so that the guy who was CD, right? His name.
Yes.
He would rather move his artist out of the scene. So my question was there somebody whose job it was to prevent?
You did see them. If you can play back the footage.
Can you play back the footage for one? I'm not trying to find fault. I'm just trying to understand what happened.
We all need to understand. Yes. And that is what I'm saying. Much as you saw them. You can see some military men.
Guys in the military.
Yeah, you can see
these are the security guys. Okay.
And I told you, we have various.
So these are the security guys.
But they were various security men. Some were in plain clothes because they are not wearing.
So these guys are in camouflage. So there are
some who were in camouflage. There were some, and there was a number of security who were trying. That is why I keep telling you, this was not a normal situation. There have been instances where sometimes, and you've been part of it before, where they're about to announce Artist of the Year. We know.
So that's another security guy.
Just
a quick second. It seems I see a few more security guys. It seems the people who were with Shatta were more than the security guys.
That is what I keep referencing. That this was not a normal situation.
Americans would call this a bum rush.
You know, again, Ben. Yeah. It is an award show. People are there to have fun, celebrate with their artists. You know, and this is a show that you have done for so many years. You believe you have seen the worst or whatever. You understand? So I keep insisting that this was not a normal situation.
Let me take you to Edem. Please get me Edem. Because Edem says something which I thought was interesting. Edem says, all these guys move with somebody who has a weapon. He didn't say they themselves, but he said, it was on Hits FM November 18. If you can watch this quick video.
There's something, if I say right now, you'll be shocked. Do you know that nowadays when the artists go for shows, do you know that at least every artist, their team member, one person has a gun in this country? Now when we go for shows, somebody is strapped with a gun. Why does it have to be that way?
News.
Why does it have to be that way? I'm telling you stuff that people on radio would not know. But if we go for shows nowadays, at least everybody, one team member, has a licensed gun. We would wait for something to happen before you come and say, oh, Adam said it. Adam said it that we shouldn't beef and we should just try to focus and make it happen. And people are allowed to do what they want to do. That is fine. But I'm saying I don't encourage it. I want to be brothers with everybody. But for the person who doesn't want to see it that way, I stay far away from you.
So, Rudy, this is Adam. I interviewed him today. Incidentally, we share a birthday. Are you shocked? He says all the big artists, when they go for events, there's somebody on their team carrying a weapon.
So, all the big artists, when they go out, should have security detail around them. Each person, sometimes they employ private. As an event person, maybe I would provide. Yes, some people are strapping because sometimes it's part. There's something called a rider where an artist sends to me. There's a specific request that and a checklist I need to go through. If I go through the rider and there's security requirements of X, I'm obliged to. But the thing is this, let's not forget, it's not unlawful to carry a gun if you have a license for it. Let's take that, let's put that one on the side. The thing that he talked about was how easy things can escalate with very small things. How we need to check embers before they become big fires. Part of it, there are people...
But why do they feel it necessary to hold a weapon?
It's, put it this way, the talent is actually an investment. I can either... You've heard of American artists insuring body parts, not their whole body, just a small part of the body, because that's the money shot. That's the money shot. It's the same thing. I want to protect my talent. I believe that it's an investment and therefore it must be guarded at all times. If regular Joes we hang with became politicians and ministers overnight and they have 2 cars following them with securities and guns when we used to queue and chop wachi at Muni, that's the talent. And some of these things, feuds run deeper than, it should be. There's the other part of amplification at the top by the talents themselves. Sometimes agro, and it becomes something else. It doesn't translate to the fans, and it's always that reaction at the bottom, at that tail end. That is where the challenge is.
I take a short break. When I come back, we'll try and understand what general things we can do in the industry to resolve this. And now that we know the charges preferred against the two, what's going to happen? Your guys have to go back to court and all that. We'll see what happens. We'll read your messages too. This is the point of view. Stay with us.
For all you lovers of music, great performances and the thrill of reality shows as they unfold before our eyes. The 4th edition of your favorite music reality show, Voice Factory, is underway. 10 contestants will be battling it out in the 13-week competition for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a chance to be named Ghana's next big music star.
Okay, everybody listen up.
Don't miss the live performance episodes on City TV and City FM, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Who will be crowned the winner of the 4th edition of Voice Factory? Voice Factory is powered by City TV with support from City FM. Voice Factory, just discover. Audition episodes air Saturday 18th and 25th May 2019 at 7 p.m.
We spice up your mornings with culturally enriched conversations, social interviews, and policy-oriented discussions that will keep you updated on the progress of the nation. Let your voice be heard with the hashtag #BreakfastDaily.
It's actually a good thing and healthy to be okay in your own skin. Not because you don't have the options, but it's also healthy to be able to say, listen, I'm going to the movies by myself. I'm going to the restaurant by myself.
Join us for Breakfast Daily, only on City TV. Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10.
Welcome back to The Point of View. Lots of comments on this. My guest, George Quaye, who's the corporate affairs head of Charter House. Bulldog is an artist manager. He used to be with Xylophone. I'll ask you about Men's Gold before you go. Where are my guys? And then I have my good friend Ruddy Kwakye, who's an entertainment event curator, organizes event. Lots of comments on this. And Reggie Sewon, who says, Bernard, Bulldog is trying to make Shatta look good in the eyes of the public. After the mess he created, he should condemn his act and stop trying to play mind games on us. Well, Fayawasan says, Shatta Wale planned everything, but Stonebwoy also went overboard. Kwame Anum says, Bulldog, you are just making contradictory statements and finding it difficult to defend the recklessness of your brother. Please, failure to apologize and still push your defending agenda will be an insult to those of us who watched you on TV. Akuya Mensa Bediako, why did VGMA accept Shatta Wale back without him some years back? Everything was successfully done. That's an interesting question, because I know you had a beef. There was even a court issue. There was a lawsuit. And we have been told that he probably would have won the ultimate award this year had this not happened. So you have to respond.
But
to
by now, you open the.
And Karim Abdi Osabote, Bulldog thinks people are some underage kids. Bulldog, people they take you on. They are saying say the story they talk, no, they add up.
You see, my name attracts a lot of
fire.
Yes, reactions like that. So I've gotten used to it within.
But why is that though?
I don't know, boss. As we sit here, if I
googled your name. I saw a lot of stories. The last 3 stories were about Nana Appiah Mensah. I said she should come back to Ghana, but nothing will happen to him.
Yes, I believe so.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
You know how people mean them?
No. You see, you don't get the point. And I think we're all missing the point.
Explain.
You know, when you spoke to the finance minister the last time here,
yeah,
and he was saying that investors are greedy, it saddened my heart, because what is greed when I want to make money off my money?
Okay.
Now, you kept warning the public that don't go and invest with Men's Gold.
Yeah.
The public did not pay heed to your warnings because they were making some money. For you to just only pass behind the public and go and shut the company down, at least let the company run with them and they will say, but you passed back and shut it down. And when you were doing that, you were not prudent enough to make sure at least they've recovered their investments.
So you think people are more angry with the system than with him?
Yes, the system.
For clamping him down?
Yes, so, because even before you go on,
yeah,
I don't know if you have your money there. I have my money there, so let me talk.
Your money is there. There's something I wanted to point. It looks like for Bulldog, every situation we have to allow it to play out before we. We want to let it play out. If it goes by, then
no, like that.
So you are saying to him that he should come down because. Yeah. But what would that solve if he comes down?
When he comes down, there will be confidence in the people. You know, there was a long break of silence, and I think he spoke on radio. He brought some confidence. Then, for a long time, we didn't hear of him. At the time, I think he was arrested. I'm saying that if the gentleman is in town, it will put in some confidence in the people.
Do you think he can recover the business? If he were here and he was asked to correct the mistakes and get back on the straight and narrow, you think he can recover a legitimate business and pay off everybody?
Yes. The reason why I say yes is if the news doing the rounds that recently he's won a case at Dubai or in Dubai and he's gotten $39 million. If that is true, don't you think he can start paying some people?
Okay, let me explain to you where I'm bringing this up. Don't forget that Nana Appiah Mensah is the owner of not just of Men's Gold, but is also the founder of Xylophone Music, which signed up the 2 artists. And Bulldog is the manager or the artist manager for that label. So there's a link there. And George Quaye, for many months, was speaking for the company. But now he's cool at Charter House. So we won't talk anything about that. Here are more comments for you. Hi, Bernard. I think Shatta Wale is the cause of everything that happened yesterday and should be squarely blamed. This is Nestle from Wa. Shatta Wale has good intentions like he claimed, but I think his approach wasn't the best. And that caused Stonebwoy to panic. So he protected himself because threats to death have beckoned on him several times. But I think these 2 guys are getting out of hand. The laws of the land should deal with them. The disgrace was too much. Eben from Zenu. Bernard, personally, I believe security was compromised, and that's why Stonebwoy could send a gun in there. More so, our security personnel could have done better in handling the crowd. Throwing tear gas and pepper spray into the air was not the best. The police didn't talk of tear gas. They said some ni amu. They said some ni amu sprayed pepper spray. But I'm happy with the swiftness with which the police moved in to effect the arrest. I pray justice is served. The misdeeds of these 2 jealous rivals didn't go against themselves but the whole country. From Eze Obebe at Kota. It's about time we put in place a more comprehensive system to upgrade our award system. Awards should not be left in the hands of an academy or board or voting rights of the public. Instead, there must be a system to check sales of hit songs, ranking of songs on various charts, copies of albums sold. Trust me, this system will bring an end to the canker in the music industry. I'm Chief Kratos. Bernard, if Shatta Wale really wanted to congratulate Stonebwoy, he could have simply stood and clapped or given him a sign or thumbs up and not go on stage to congratulate him. True. That simple. But I want to know from Abuaji. So Abuaji is George Quay's TV name when he used to do
taxi driver.
Is Shatta Wale or Stonebwoy going to face exemption from the awards going forward? Thank you, Boga Ali Hashim. Okay, there are a couple of questions here. Are you the guys who reported to the police?
Yes, we had to. Because if you organize a party in your house and Bulldog and Rudy fight, Rudy win the fight, you still have to report.
So,
please say that.
We can say that the arrest followed your complaint.
I should think so. I believe so.
Okay. We understand they have been charged. I'm trying to get the official charges. Have you spoken to Shatta at all? What is he saying?
I was with him the whole time. So for me, the police didn't tell us what specific charge they were holding him for.
Oh, really?
Yes, no, I don't know that. So unless maybe they have something.
We have it here.
Okay.
Shatta has been officially charged for offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace.
Okay.
This is Longo.
Yeah.
Offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace. Stonebwoy has been charged with the use of an offensive weapon, the display of a firearm in public, and threats to harm.
Yes. Okay.
People want to know how the gun got into the auditorium.
Good. And I was about to say that. You know, before.
That's not your question. People want to know.
No, I want you to ask that. Yes.
Okay.
Now, I do not know. We're all waiting for the police investigations to let us know.
You don't know?
I do not know. I don't carry guns about.
I thought your man said PDS. Did you say PDS?
FRS.
Okay. Now go on.
FRS. Now, again, we're all waiting for the police investigations to help us unravel that mystery, because I know that conversation will dovetail into what security did you have in place and all that. And I've said we had close to about 80 or 85 security personnel on the grounds in the auditorium and all that. And when you were entering the premises, they had that, what do you call it?
It's a scanner.
Is it the frisk?
The scanner, the frisk. The scanner is the one that you walk through. Yeah,
the frisk.
I wasn't frisked.
You weren't frisked.
Yes.
Well, 3,000 people. It is possible that not everybody was. Like I said,
Did
I
you
was
jump
backstage.
the wall?
No. Amazing. Because from what you're saying, what you're trying to say is that the security personnel actually snuck in the weapons for Stonebwoy.
Bulldog, let us stop that.
Okay, because that's what you're saying. I wasn't frisked. When you got there, they only checked
the
tickets.
viewers look like they are,
but
idiots.
Are you sure that they...
I'm telling you that was the security plan that we had, and I've just made it clear to you
that I was
backstage.
Even
today, on another radio station. Hold on.
Artists.
Even today, on another radio station, the president, which one was it? Was it, I think, OK or some radio station? The president, Dr. Khan, Happy FM, he did say that when he was passing through, he was
I'm just saying that, usually, sometimes the general public is checked, but most of the artists come through backstage, and the arrangement is not the same.
That is true. That is true. So but Bulldog has made a point that he wasn't checked.
Yes.
You understand me? He
wasn't checked.
Industry person, so maybe
they know him.
No. It could be a part of the breach that we speak of. You understand me? If Bulldog was not checked, it is something worth looking into. You understand? Because for us as event organizers, it is good feedback.
And not
it
me
means
alone.
Maybe.
I wanted to expand on the issue.
Hold on. I have good news for you.
Great.
I'm told that there are a lot of people watching on Facebook who say if I dare close the program, they'll worry me. Yes. So I'm going to do a quick TV wrap up, and I'm going to do a few minutes on Facebook because a lot of people are still watching. So that I will read a few more questions for you to respond.
Okay.
So if you're watching this on a television, this program is going to end in the next 2 minutes. But if you're watching on Facebook, we're going to continue after the commercial break because I think there are a few issues. For example, what is the effect of this on our reputation? And I think we need to address that. This was live on... the whole African continent. The British High Commissioner is tweeting about this. This is on BBC. Akwesi Sapon is calling me about this. So it's a massive issue. So we'll try and sort of look forward and also look at what we can do to salvage what's really a broken, I don't know, what do you call it, a broken event or broken system. So this is the point of view. If you're watching us on television, I would say thank you for staying with us. I've been talking to Bulldog, who's an artist manager, and he's from the Shatta Wale team. We also have Ruddy Kwakye, who's an entertainment curator. It's a nice word. And then, of course, George Quaye, who's the head of communication at Shatta House. When we come back from this break, we're going to continue with more of your questions on Facebook, because this event is Facebook Live. My name is Bernard Avle. Thank you for watching on TV, and goodbye. Welcome back. This is still The Point of View. We're on Facebook now. We're trying to understand what happened on the 18th of May at the 20th anniversary of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Big event with lots of viewers, live in 43 countries. And we had gotten to about 40% of the program when all hell broke loose. Stonebwoy was called to receive an award. Shatta Wale was going on stage. According to Bulldog, he's been told he was going to greet the minister and made a detour to the stage. We don't know yet. He will speak for himself. Our guests are, of course, George Quaye, who's from Charter House, the event organizers, Ruddy Kwakye, who's an entertainment curator, and the man who's been nicely named Lawrence Asiamah-Hanson. I always have to read it because Bulldog has taken over my mind. So lots of comments. So I've been checking the international media. Let me give you an example of some of the stories. Of course, BBC reported it first. The Mail Online, Ghanaian reggae star brandishes a gun as his bitter rival storms the stage during award ceremony, sparking a mass brawl between the entourages. It's the longest headline you see. This is the Mail. And it says, just to give you a flavor of what people are reading about us in other parts, a music awards night in Ghana erupted in a mass brawl that saw a handgun drawn as the entourage of two rival dancehall acts clashed on stage. Livingston Echisetekla, who goes by the stage name Stonebwoy, had collected the award for Best Dancehall Act at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards on Sunday night, ahead of his bitter rival Shatta Wale, whose real name is Charles Ni Ama-Mensah. But apparently unhappy with the result, Shatta and his crew burst onto the stage, sparking a mass brawl that brought the award ceremony to a standstill. At one point, Stonebwoy was pictured standing to one side of the stage with a pistol clearly visible in his hand. Please listen to what I'm reading. So listen to this part. Livingston Echisetekla, who goes by the stage name Stonebwoy, had collected the award for Best Dancehall Act, ahead of his bitter rival Shatta Wale, whose real name is Charles Ni Ama-Mensah. But apparently unhappy with the results, Shatta Wale and his crew burst onto the stage, sparking a mass brawl that brought the award ceremony to a standstill. At one point, Stonebwoy was pictured standing to one side of the stage with a pistol clearly visible in his hand. However, security guards intervened and the situation was diffused without anybody being injured. After a 30-minute delay, the award ceremony resumed. Despite initial reports that Stonebwoy had been arrested, he remained in the venue for the rest of the evening and was pictured alongside police afterwards. During a later acceptance speech for the best collaboration, he apologized for the fight. And then they quote what he said. I only had to react out of natural instinct because we all know how premeditative some people can be, he said. We've seen on social media the threats and everything, so we couldn't come in unprepared. Because anything could happen like you guys just saw. And then there's... Shatta Wale was denied that his entourage started the fight, saying he went to the stage to congratulate his rival, who scooped the best act for the fifth year in a row. Shatta himself scooped 2 awards during the ceremony. He took to Twitter after the award ceremony had finished to continue lashing out at his rival, who he often refers to as a cripple, and calling him for him to be arrested. Don't play with a lion like that. He dislikes to smell blood, he wrote. You pull a gun on innocent people. Ghana police, do your work. This is called insecurity. It's a shame Ghana Music supports this arrogant cripple. Following the ceremony, Stonebwoy issued another apology in which he opened up about his fears about his security. He wrote, I've been the victim of incessant vilification and physical attacks in recent times. And then he goes on, I'm taking remedial measures to ensure that there will never be a repetition of such actions. These include improved security measures with my team. It's my ardent hope that the show will be remembered for the showcase and appreciation of talent and not the few minutes of regretful haywire. Stonebwoy and Shatta have been locked in an increasingly bitter battle of words. And it goes on. But then what they don't know is that both men were arrested later on. And Bulldog slept with basically was there with Shatta throughout the night. Both were released today. A lot of people are concerned that Shatta hasn't apologized and he seems to be escalating things on social media. Because Stonebwoy has apologized, both at the event and in a statement.
I think I would, at this particular moment, apportion the blame to his PR team. And I think maybe they might have some sort of explanation why they've not done that. But I believe that if there's a statement, it will calm nerves down. And I think it's very, very important that they do that. I'm hoping they'll do that anytime soon. It's
but
very,
if
very
he's
important.
on social media saying the police should do their work and that Stonebwoy I mean, I read the things I read. He doesn't seem to be sorry. So if he's not sorry, why would his PR team apologize?
Not necessarily. You see, I don't think maybe Shatta himself, because of the intention he had, feels that he's done nothing wrong. But that intention never came to play. So the scuffle that went on was what he should, or the team should, apologize for and say that, oh, this was our intention. If it came out wrong or it got muddy, forgive us. I think it's very, very important.
What kind of guy is Shatta? You managed him for how many years?
Almost 3 years. I think from 2014. No, 13. Because we won the awards in 2014. We couldn't have worked in... No, we won in...
2013 was the
Khaki
incident. And coincidentally, that was also 18th of May.
Are you serious?
You can check online.
18th May 2013 was when Kaki won the best dancehall song.
Yes, true. Yeah.
And Shatta Wale did his thing.
Oh, that was the beginning of his.
That was the beginning.
Issue.
When did Shatta win the Artist of the Year? 14.
That was 2014. That was when you guys didn't show up.
Yeah, so that was 14.
It was 2014.
So that's what I'm saying.
That the year and Artist of the Year a year later. But
he was not actually 3 awards on the night.
Yeah, he was not in the auditorium to pick them up. That was when you came up later to jubilate around the conference.
You and who?
You were part of it.
So let's not forget the question.
Yes, yeah. So Shatta is
what kind of guy is he?
He's an amazing guy. He's somebody who laughs a lot. He's somebody who's very jovial, and I'm sure my people on the panel will attest to that. I cannot. He's got his. I mean, we all have our off times, and I'm sure, yes, we can lay some of the things he says, with those things. But
so when he goes on Facebook, and does, for example, like Ghana people, Shatta House, and he does Ghana for back to back Donald Trump type of direct. Is he just playing, or is he because he has a lot of following and he seems angry.
He's distressing. Yes.
He's distressing.
Yes. The gentleman is a workaholic. He's always in the studio. He doesn't sleep. He's always playing beats. He's too much work. So when he wants to let some things out, he'll go up there and say, the male people say what they talk. Charlie, why alive? No, come. Then he'll go and distress and come and finish his work.
You are serious?
Yes. And most of the times he's not even like angry as you see him.
It's an act.
Whether I won't say it's an act to deceive people, but I'm saying he's distressing, and that's how he distresses people. George knows him closely.
Wow.
Yes, George knows him.
Is
closely.
this true?
He knows it.
But you guys sued him, didn't you? Because when he went on Facebook to
which year was that? 2014.
That was 2014. Later in 2014, because Ghana 2014. And what a lot of people don't realize is that incident, it was later on that it was his extension to the VGMA board that got him banned from the VGMAs, because that incident was actually something to do with GH1. When he said GH1 was not playing his videos anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't about the awards.
No, but he did a series on the awards.
He did a series
so how come you got him back on that? Because you sued him? Or you took the case out of court?
Yes, the case was taken. It's not been taken out of court, though. But we've just not pursued it because we thought we were on a path of making peace, or we believe we have been on a path of making peace. Because a lot of people, I remember people like Reggie Rockstone, people like Hammer, Bula Ray, Bulldog himself, a lot of people had spoken to Chatter House. Respectable people in our space, media, a lot of people said it's okay, when your son urinates on your thigh, you don't cut it off, you wash it off. I admit him, I know musicians, even Sarkodie, Samini, they had all spoken, Stonebwoy, they had all spoken every opportunity. Charlie,
so you brought him back on that basis?
All of them. And he himself had shown something.
Or is it that you were afraid that his following was so large that if you didn't have him, you were losing?
No, because the scheme had been without him. In fact, in 2015, the scheme was the event run without the two biggest acts in the country that year, Sarkodie and Shatta Wale. They ganged up to have a concert at the beach. You remember this, Bulldog? And it was still a packed house. The event was still, he staged a concert.
You staged a rival event.
A rival event. The same night of the VGMAs, and the VGMAs was still sold out. You have done things.
Are they conscious that... So now let me get a bit serious now. We are in an era where influencers, and that was my intro. People don't believe in a lot of things. People believe in artists to an extent, certain celebrity media people. So they are influencers. People will listen. Somebody comes home and says, AJ, Anthony Joshua. Right? He doesn't even know how to write. He's talking about AJ. Is Shatta and Stonebwoy, are they aware of the power they wield over young people and that they are supposed to be role models?
I'll say Shatta is aware of it, but occasionally the unawareness steps in. I'll say same for Stonebwoy. You know, because if you watched the footage we witnessed earlier at the police station, you know, no politician will get that when they get into cells. Nobody will go there and share. And because the politicians are liars, they don't tell the truth. They peddle untruth all the time. They say 1 million, one constituency, then they'll come and give you one ambulance, one something.
But they get, but when
Shatta says
they get about 60% of the country to vote for them. Every 4 years
because they go back and lie. The people are not, you see, and that's what I'm saying. Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale, Sarkodie and Samini, these giants can actually change the industry. If they put their mind to it. But
are they? That's what I'm saying to you. Are they using it positively? Because if you have people playing football matches in Asuchari Junction, Shatta 11 versus Beam Nation 11, and the match ends 2-2. That tells you there's power there.
Exactly.
But are they using it to project positively what we want? Because this beef is actually not what we need, is it?
Truth. But this is what you should know. What is the individual's perspective? His perspective. Where does he want to go? What does he want?
But when you listen to them, they sing about justice.
Yes.
When I listen to the song, Stonebwoy, where you gonna run, go? What's he talking about?
Yes, justice.
When you listen to some of the things Shatta sings about.
Yes.
So they are talking about social justice.
Yes.
So why don't they use their power to rally people to do the right thing?
That's not where the mindset is. You see, once in a while, it's inspirational music. So you go into it. They are not politicians.
But I thought the politicians are liars. So they shouldn't have to be politicians. They don't have to be. The politicians are the liars, right?
Yeah, they are.
So they are not supposed to follow. Rudy, what am I missing here? I'm just trying to. Because these are
for them it's about the art.
Clearly mega stars in Ghana. Is it that the management around them is not organized appropriately to manage the level of talent they have? Because I don't get it.
It's one of the myriad of challenges in the whole value chain. But here's the thing: it is time we recognize the power of creative arts, their ability to harness people, and not just harness them by bringing them to a certain space. Their emotions, which is a super powerful. Look, who make the most money, and I cannot track and give it to you during the last 3 months of elections. It's payday for musicians.
Yes.
It's payday, and that money doesn't pass through. It's tax free. It doesn't pass through the system. Both sides will do it because they are tapped for that thing that you talked about. Their influence,
power of influence.
That we need to start to recognize that it is power. It is soft power. How do we know America? Most of us have not traveled to America, but we know America through its creative arts. The stories that are told. It's not the news media. Nobody really books CNN or Fox.
Until Trump came.
You know,
the guy is amazing.
It's through that power that they actually manifest a lot of these things. So we need to start to recognize. You see, I shy away from having a conversation about creative art, this creative art. Look, it is time we all realize what we saw is just a small part of what it can be.
Yes.
Because they may be chilling in their houses, protected with battalions of security. It could well be easily getting here on Facebook. Guys, fight.
You mean it can degenerate like that?
Yeah. That's really what all that it would take.
Yes.
They are that powerful.
Yes, they are that powerful.
And yet you guys, who are all supposedly, and I'm using that with a lot of managers in one way or the other of talent, you are not able to harness this talent?
The entire value chain. Radio stations, TV stations, the political class, businesses, everybody need to recognize. Look, if you give me money to go and do an activation for you, that will sound, Mike. You know the next thing they ask, can you get me an artist? If it's not recognition of the power of the influence or the influence that the artist brings, then why are we having that conversation?
I think we are going about Bernard's question. Bernard.
I'm saying that it's a recognition of the power.
Yeah.
Everybody has a part to play in this system. What we've seen should shock us all. The impact is not like, let's not play with it. This is year of return, right?
Yeah.
There are thousands of people who've bought tickets are coming from places that look like that. They live with it on a daily basis. I will not buy a ticket to a holiday destination that has this.
So this is going to hurt us.
It could well hurt us because it went to that level. I mean, look, I spoke with a huge talent agent in Europe last night. In his life, and this guy has 250 talents under him.
Wow.
As a person managing them. That's how talent managers work. He has never heard an award ceremony being live with somebody appearing and there's a gun on stage. Like, that's super extreme.
Yeah.
We know the crime in South Africa. We know that there's every second somebody's being shot, somebody's dying. But you've never seen a gun on a Mamas, on a
So this is more serious than we think.
We should not play with it. Like the impact.
No, hold on.
We are suffering from soft power right now. There's a lot of initiatives that are happening.
So let me understand you. You're saying that on an international level, this could affect perceptions and
it is already.
But what about
what's the biggest thing Ghana sells? Friendly, cool, secured space. And then on an award stage, now we will hear there's crime everywhere. People get shot on streets, people die,
but not on a stage.
But not on a stage.
But in terms of, you are saying this could also escalate in terms of if the so-called beef, is not addressed, the people who support the two sides could be influenced to take it beyond them.
There's a solution to this matter.
No, I just want to understand something. Like, isn't that serious?
It is that serious.
That the people who support one side are so...
I've been in the midst of people like that.
Is it just argument for winning sake?
No,
it's
they are fanatics.
No, they become
it's a cult. See, let me break it into two parts.
Following us.
Yes, I will die for you. No, wait. There's a tweet. Have you seen a tweet? There's a tweet, and I think Ghana police should pay attention to that tweet.
Social media guy.
Yes, there's a guy who tweeted and said, if Stonebwoy dies, they should come and look for him. You killed him. That person, that person should be picked up. That's what I'm saying. I better go. I've been in the midst, of that, and what took me out of that was prayers. Boss, it is dangerous.
What do you mean? The people who love these musicians go beyond simple admiration to unreasonable, fanatical loyalty.
Bernard, when the artist says, perhaps Ruddy doesn't even know we're there yet.
You think we are there?
And that is why in this particular matter, I get a little worked up when people want to make it look like it was a security breach that created everything. No, it wasn't.
It goes beyond that.
It goes way beyond that. What Bulldog has said is very true. What Ruddy has said is very true. And that is why you would expect an act to know this, that look, if I get up here, if I do this, this would happen.
So wait, this is what you are missing.
And that is where another act should also know that, look, this is what is happening. Or that act manager should know that, look, this is not the place where I draw out a weapon. Both acts were wrong, and we need to call that out. You understand me? Let me learn. Both acts were wrong.
Truth.
In all realism, in all pragmatism, with everything, Shatta Wale had no business getting up at that point. Except to go anywhere
on stage.
Thank you very much. That's what I mean. Except to go anywhere else aside the stage. He had no business on that stage.
He knows the power he has and what it could lead to.
You asked Shatta Wale, when you entered the auditorium, somebody was on stage. They didn't mind the person. It was not just anybody.
Can I play politics here?
That's your power.
Don't go into politics here. I want to point out something.
Yes.
Look at it from this perspective, right? This is how much power that they possess. So somebody's performing, you're enjoying, and then we hear Shatta is in. It's a shutdown for 5 minutes. So you take attention from them.
Wow.
Yeah,
you don't want to be Sydney at that point.
No, you don't want to be. And Sydney, having seen, I was a huge advocate for him being on the stage. because I hadn't seen. I was like, if we would never get Lord Kenya,
let's get
Sydney's the next guy. But that part.
So when Shatta came,
no.
Let me finish before people think I am not. And that was what I thought Shatta did wrong, because he should know his power by now.
But George, somebody will say that. But George, somebody say if you know how powerful they are, and how quote unquote unpredictable they are, why didn't you also put in place measures?
Don't learn. Let me learn. Stay there. Let me finish with Stonebwoy. I'll come and address that. Now you Stonebwoy as well. You're on stage. You have seen something like this happening. You know there are security personnel in the auditorium. Stonebwoy, stand there or leave the place and join everybody like Bulldog to blame me as security. Let everybody blame me.
So
when your people go and decide to fight, now my security, who's supposed to focus on stopping Shatta's team, now have to stop you and stop you. How do you expect them to be able to deal with
Beautiful landing. Bernard, let me say this.
Yes.
I haven't landed though.
No, please, wait.
And the gentleman
when you are a parent at home,
hold on, let him learn.
When you are a parent at home, you are responsible for the good and the bad. Now, George sits here, and I like his analysis. Places blame on both doorsteps of the artist. Yes, I buy into that. George, you cannot sit here and tell me that Charterhouse does not know the tension between these two artists. You cannot sit here and say that for 20 years you've been running Ghana Music Awards and you don't read, you don't see, it doesn't affect you. So, this is a solution I am putting out there. You look at a category like dancehall song.
A reggae dancehall song.
No. Is it reggae dancehall song?
Dancehall song.
Okay, reggae dancehall song. Then there's reggae dancehall artist. Beautiful. You put these together. Let me ask anybody out there. When they say a song is a hit, who sings the song? Is it the monkey, a banana, or a pineapple?
The artist.
Thank you! If you want money, picks up the song, and another person picks up the artist. No, wait.
So these things create.
Wait. What you are saying means that Shatta Wale should be given high life artist. That is not what I said.
That is what you are saying. That if an artist wins a particular song category, he should win the artist category.
I did not finish.
Let me finish. Because what you are saying is not making sense.
Let me explain.
Let me drink water.
Please do. Let me explain. Listen. Everybody knows that Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Samini, these are reggae people.
Jupiter episode.
Good. No, I'm just limiting to the awards in Ubunshi.
And they were all nominated.
Formerly known as
Good. They are branded reggae people. Yeah. So if a reggae artist or a dancehall artist won dancehall song, it only makes sense that under the year of review, if it was that song that was the biggest, but please wait. Let me land. Look, you see, Rudy, I respect you so much. I respect.
I just want him to finish.
Yes, I respect Abuaji and I respect Charterhouse. What they don't know they are doing is what I'm pointing out.
Some of the lapses in the system.
Yes.
Okay, Abuaji.
You can easily solve it.
It's all right.
George, I don't want to go there too much. What I wanted to find out from you was
this is what we need to call it. Reckless behavior is not stopped. But ask yourself. I'm a promoter. When I put these two together, I'll probably get a stadium show out of it.
And you kill people and you're good.
No, let me finish. But what you're saying is actually making sure that the development is cut short because you don't want us to go to the root of the conversation.
Exactly. What is that?
When these two are able to fill, you sit here and we jump about Casper Nyovest as a single person doing 75K. Well, between these two, they could do 40,000 in the stadium, full, back to back, body to body. That day, I will charge good money, I'll make good money, and I'll pour good money into the system. Isn't that what they want? Isn't that what they set out for? But because you think that we should condone reckless behavior, we shouldn't put the two together.
That's not what I said.
That's what you mean. What's what you're inferring?
You didn't get me. I said, listen, please.
That's what you're saying.
No. I didn't say don't put them together.
Go to the bottom.
No. Please, let for the people who are watching. Yes. I did not say don't put these two together for a show. I'm saying for an award event. You see, It's like we are parents at home.
Cosmetic.
Please, I beg you.
Would not solve
You see,
it.
we are behind these
We have
artists.
4 minutes.
Yes. So let me just last 1 minute.
No, Zuckerberg doesn't close.
I get money show.
You see, we are the people behind the artists, and we know how emotional they tend to be.
So you're saying there are certain things we shouldn't do to escalate the situation?
That's what I'm saying.
It's okay,
No. So that I'm saying that we need to do
is to get them to dial it down. That's what we need to do.
The point Bulldog
We need
is
to
making
send a message out there for them to
public.
dial it down because
Each
they are
category has a specific definition.
Good.
Okay.
Otherwise, how did Shatta Wale? Hold on, let me learn. How did Shatta Wale win Bring It Down High Life Song of the Year, and Quaye Eugene won High Life Artist? Then Quaye Eugene should have won High Life Song of the Year.
Quaye Eugene is a high life artist.
So how? Then I want to understand you.
Well, I think we can discuss this at the BGMA
because
event. But I think we should
Bulldog is refusing to understand the fact that each category has a definition. And the weights are different. This solution will not.
You are a parent at home. Do the right thing.
It's okay.
It's okay. Just a single point. Here's what they need to understand. That if they are scratching their backs about an award in our own backyard, well, there's a whole ecosystem that they need to ask themselves that is their actions actually advancing growth or retrogressing it?
It is retrogressing.
Somebody's putting a pound with a couple of zeros, and I'll not reveal. I'm 8 months away from that event. I have to look at these things twice. That ecosystem, hotels, booking, flights, restaurants, people that I probably need to work with about 1,000 people during that time. Yeah. It's all could be under risk if these things don't dial down. And I'm telling you how much crime is it in South Africa. Global Citizen went in there. Well, there's an underbelly of these things. There were robberies. Uber wasn't working. There's a whole lot of conversation. But yet, we were all sitting here using the bundle that we said is expensive and watching it. And everybody's Lagos is actively pursuing for Global Citizen to land in Lagos. There are 3 or so key people that have put money personally, big billionaires. Like, we will pay half of the money if you bring it.
That's what we should be thinking about. That's what we should be going.
We should dial these things back and stop worrying about categories that don't matter.
We have the talent.
And it's not original to you. Let's not get it twisted. It's a broad language. Which one is there? Why? Me, I know. In the 90s, me too, I used to do Patois song. What are you talking about?
Have you heard a conversation between the old artists?
We don't have time for this now. I want to end the show. George, I just want to ask you quickly. So, where are you guys? You're going to wait for an investigation to finish? Because in your statement, you said...
We cannot wait for an investigation to finish. The scheme has terms and conditions. Bulldog is aware. And any artist that submits his works for awards consideration submits himself to these terms and conditions, and it's his works. So the board and the various stakeholders would sit, they will look at the terms and conditions as applies to what has happened. And then if sanctions ought to be taken, they will be taken. Now, people have already started preempting that they could ban, they should be banned. No, let us leave it to the board.
So this year we didn't have Artist of the Year. This year we couldn't do Artist of the Year.
We didn't
do Song of the Year.
No, those haven't been done yet. A press conference will be held later in the week, and then a determination will be made on those 2 categories moving forward.
The Quaye boy is struggling with English.
Sometimes when you said by Bulldog,
so I want to thank you for watching. I've had a team. I've had Ruddy Kwakye, who's an entertainment curator, really good guy on the media front. Ruddy, thank you for coming on short notice. George Quaye is what's the official position? Head of
Communications and Public Events.
Charter House.
/ Men's Gold.
And so the Men's Gold thing is that both of them used to work at Men's Gold. So is it coming back?
The problem with Bulldog and me is that...
So he'll come up here?
Oh, yes, he's coming.
One stage.
Where is he?
The air inside, they come.
Bernard, I was saying the problem with Bulldog and I is that we both used to work at Village Communications. We both worked at Charter House. Yes. As for the Men's Good, he was there.
Lawrence Asiamah-Hanson
just passed by.
Was also on the program. Look, we thank you for watching. And if you just tune in on Facebook, we'll put the whole thing up for you to watch. Lots of comments as well. We'll watch out for the press conference that he organized. And this is a developing story. So watch City News. There would be an update on this event. That's our lead story for the week. Thank you for watching. My name is Avle. Goodbye.